Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com. Welcome to Home and Heart Radio with Mary Goulet, presented by VinVillage.com.
And I'm Wade Taylor in for Mary Goulet today, but delighted to be here. It is holiday season. You can tell because we just had Halloween. And as everybody knows, Halloween is the launch of Christmas, or so it seems to be in these days. And so everybody's going to be focused on holidays. A big part of Christmas is gift giving. But I think it's best if these days we focus less on the gift part and more on the giving part. And so to help explore that concept and promote that concept, I'm happy to be joined by Richert Belul. She is the founder of Simply Celebrate. And I encourage you to look her up online at simplycelebrate.net. Again, that's .net. And you can learn about all the amazing tips and things that she's got going there as she encourages us to celebrate life and understand it's better if we nurture and give from the heart. And so, Sherry, welcome to the microphone.
Wade, thank you. It's so great to be in conversation with you.
Well, it's a delight. And so we're going to be covering a range of things over the course of this hour. But I think it's, good to start with this fundamental thought. And I love how you presented it as we were discussing this before the show, that we need to focus more on love and time than on dollars when it comes to giving gifts for the holidays. So your work's about celebration. How do you help people celebrate this gift-giving concept?
Thanks, Wade. And you're exactly right. I appreciate what you've just been saying in just a few minutes about focusing on the giving and focusing on the heart. There's a reason that my company is called Simply Celebrate, because I feel as if it's so important that we all really understand, like you said, it's not about the material gifts and the money. And I know that has sort of become a focus of the holidays. But really, what people long for is to be present together. People long for quality time. And that's what I'm really interested in, talking about gifts that give that kind of time to people.
Yeah, and I think people are open to that in part just because of the cycle of history, you might say. We live, I like to say we're almost getting to the world of the Jetsons, right?
Yep.
Where we've got all these amazing things, but, not much more than 100 years ago, we were in horse and buggies.
Yeah.
To have common household items was amazing. And, even with the troubles we have now, getting a good meal, getting enough of the basics of life was a bit of a challenge. My mom, a child of the Depression, a big Christmas gift was an orange back then, right? Just that fresh fruit was exceptional. So I can appreciate how the generation following the Depression and, a couple of generations, say, after that, it's amazing how many generations we were going through. But just to be able to give something tangible in a world of scarcity, was something I think attracted a lot of people. But now we're overwhelmed by our consumer society. Cheap stuff, let's say, from China is very, very prevalent. Cheap stuff from China is very, very prevalent. And we've kind of been overwhelmed by the material. And I think that's just making the, say, public zeitgeist more open to understanding it's less about the material.
Yes. Oh, Wade, that's so true. And you know what? I love that you pointed out in just really quite a short time in human history, right? How things have changed. And I agree with you. I think that, especially with the digital age and home shopping is so easy, that we are reaching a point where I think people are overwhelmed with stuff. And we're really, I think, and certainly a lot of people I know and talk to and my clients are missing the easiness of simply being together.
And the value of that. But I think we're hungering for it. I don't want to take the conversation in too many different directions, but we are social creatures, and digital makes it easy to be isolated. But I think we are going to have a pushback, and people are going to want to do more social things. So I think, again, we're reappreciating the value of personal time together. But to your point, even with that desire, we've got a million things happening to us. We're overwhelmed, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think a lot of people we're overscheduled, we're overwhelmed. I think because we have so many things available to us that are sort of easily bought in a way that they weren't, that it is an easier process for people to overspend or to feel like we need to overspend, especially at the holidays. And all of that, I think, contributes to, and just like you said when you started off, right? I mean, as soon it wasn't even Halloween, one day after Halloween, and all the Christmas stuff is on the shelves, which causes this sense of urgency and frenzy.
Yeah, well, I snarkily refer to it, and because because I'm pushing back against it, right? But I call
Hmm.
it, I say, Happy Thanks Christ Year's retail buying season,
Wade.
right? Because
Well,
we're just pushed
yes.
into that. But as you make the great point, we dive into that, and it's really easy. Got a credit card, so free money, and
Yes.
everything's a mouse click away, so it's really easy to rack up that credit card. But don't we feel unfulfilled often after that?
Yes, I absolutely agree. And I would say it isn't just the person spending the money, but I think oftentimes the gift recipients feel that. And it's like we have so much stuff. And sometimes I think it's just sort of like more stuff.
Yeah, and we get so caught up in that sometimes we lose the moment with the person, right?
Yes, I think you're hitting it right on the head, Wade. That to me, that is one of the saddest things. I mean, I actually love the holidays for many reasons, but I think one of the saddest things is that sometimes people they're running around, they're overscheduled, they're trying to do and buy so many things that when they actually have that time with people, it's hard to be present because of the exhaustion and the stress.
So, what kind of mindset changes do you encourage people to make when it comes to gift giving?
Oh, I love that. So, for me, first and foremost, I like to remind people that even though we have sort of a way that our culture and certainly advertising and marketing work, we don't have to buy into that. So, the first mindset is that we get to have our own beliefs, we get to create our own culture. And I think that's a really important thing to remember. We're not powerless.
Right, and we can allow ourselves that, right?
Absolutely. And maybe not even allow, but intentionally create, which is what my family has done, to intentionally create a new culture for the holidays. And that is one that is centered on having a lot of fun and a lot of stress-free time with people.
Yeah, and just accept that this is equivalently valued to something with a dollar sign on it. Now, time races by. We've got a couple of minutes left before this segment moves us on to the next one. So, invite people to your website and give us a little bit of an idea of the kinds of things we're going to see there that will allow us to have more of a heart centered gift giving.
Awesome. Yeah. So on simplycelebrate.net, one of the things that people will find is something called the holiday hoopla, which is my favorite thing that my family's on the West Coast and we have family on the East Coast. And the West Coast people, we create a day it's a themed day of activities and a wonderful dinner and a lot of like really fun things that we do with our family. They never know what the theme's going to be. But we do this in lieu of material gifts. And that's one idea that I outlined for people on my website that is so much fun to plan. And it's so great for the people receiving it because they never know what they're going to be doing that day, but they know it's going to be fun and we're going to laugh a lot.
Yeah, and I understand you encourage gift certificates of our heart, gift certificates of our time.
Exactly. And that's another one that can even be done at the last minute, right? So everybody's so busy at the holidays. Give a gift certificate to spend a day, that's like an adventure day with someone you love in January when everything has sort of calmed down. And it could be tailored to the person you love. If you have a teenager who loves music, think of a day that you could arrange that would be all about music, or someone who loves art or books or hiking or photography. And what you do is you create a day that you get to spend with that person, totally immersed together in something that you're learning and enjoying together. And you get to be totally present with them because it's not during the holidays and you've planned it intentionally to be that kind of quality time.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm here with Sherry Richert Belul. She is the founder of Simply Celebrate, which you can learn about all these great ideas at simplycelebrate.net. And I hope in this segment we've opened your perspective, encouraged a mind shift to realize a gift that comes from the heart is more valuable than one that comes from the wallet. We'll be back in a moment with more great information here on Home and Heart Radio, powered by WSRadio.com. We are the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
In the military, things can change in an instant. The Navy Mutual Aid Association, we understand because it's our life too. That's why our dedication to serving the life insurance needs of our military veterans and their families is unrivaled. Navy Mutual offers superior life insurance protection without military service restrictions and limitations. A single focus on providing the peace of mind military families are looking for. That's what we do. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve. Call 800-628-6011 or go to NavyMutual.org.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Gotham Books presents Marriage Rules by Harriet Lerner. The book Martha Beck calls required reading for anyone hoping to interact successfully with any other human, not just for those in romantic relationships. Get your copy wherever books and ebooks are sold, and visit harrietlerner.com to learn how to change your marriage today.
Too much to do? Not enough time to get it done? Call on the experts at Another 8 Hours for your business support needs. By partnering with Another 8 Hours, we allow you to focus on the more important matters, like being in front of your clients, doing what you do best, rather than being stuck at a desk poring over paperwork, rummaging through emails, returning phone calls, and struggling to get everything done by yourself. Meanwhile, your family and social life are going down the drain. Go to another8hours.com or call 8 more hours. That's 866-734-6877.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Hi, Scale listener. This is David Finkel, co-host with Jeff Hoffman of Scale Your Business Radio. I wanted to let you know that our newest book, Scale, was just released and encourage you to get your copy. The book will give you 7 proven principles to grow your business and get your life back. It's for every entrepreneur who ever wondered if they really own their business or if their business owns them. It'll help you to work less by getting your business to produce more. Get your copy online or at your local bookseller. For more information, go to scaleyourbusinesstoolkit.com.